A couple of days ago, one of my friends asked me uh, how to choose good friends. This is something I struggled with a lot when I was growing up. A lot of my friends made fun of my insecurities, like my nose, uh, how skinny I was, how short I was. Um, and I thought that was just a normal thing. I thought that's just how your friends are supposed to be. And so I kind of just let them do it to me. And it hurt me a lot because over time, I kind of realized that they didn't necessarily, that was just funny to them. And I didn't realize that when I needed an actual friend, they were not there for it. And then over time, uh, I made better friends, and I'm very thankful for the friends I have now that are probably watching this video right now. You guys have been very supportive over the past week since I'm making videos, and really, really thankful to have met you guys at all. So, to me, good friends is maybe a little bit intuitive, but a good start would be to embody the friend that you want in others, right? Me personally, I want a friend that's dependable. I want a friend that's trustworthy. I want a friend that's honest with me all the time. And then I want a friend that will help me when I need help. And so when I want these things, I have to do it myself as well. So when a friend is really struggling in a class maybe that I took last semester, if a friend is maybe injured, sunburnt, if they have something where they can't necessarily help themselves or if they need help, I'm going to be there for them. And when a friend asks me for advice, I don't sugarcoat things to make them feel better. I'm going to tell them the truth because that's what I would want out of a friend. And so the first step of finding a good friend is to simply be the friend to yourself of what you want. And obviously, you're gonna want a friend that's kind. You're gonna want a friend that's supportive. Um, there's all these great qualities, and I think a good start is to treat yourself in that way, to support yourself and be kind to yourself. And in doing that, you can kind of go and try to meet friends with more confidence because you know in yourself you're a great friend and you can find people just like you. So then that kind of goes into my next point, um, where you actually have to meet these people. Oftentimes, people will believe that they're a great friend and they'll believe that they do amazing things. They can do amazing things for people. But then when an opportunity comes to actually meet said friends or maybe a said date or something, they kind of get reserved and they expect energy to come to them. And I think that goes back to the first point, right? I think you have to embody exactly what you want out of a friend. So if I want a friend that that's outgoing, that wants to hang out with me, I want a friend that is inclusive of me and will invite me to do things very frequently and won't get upset if I say yes or no, or maybe I'm busy, maybe later. I have to embody that myself, right? I can't just tell myself, oh, I'd be a great friend, I'll die for my friends, stuff like that. And then if I'm maybe at a social event, I just sit there in the corner, just quiet. No one's gonna come up to you and try to be your friend if you're doing that. So I think a very important step is to meet friends in the middle, right? You want your friends to do as much for you as you do for them, and you also want friends that do enough for themselves as you do for yourself. So it should be a kind of four-way cycle, if you will. And so friends that will do things for themselves because when you see that, it will make you want to do more for yourself as well. And then you both want to do things for each other. And so oftentimes, if you're not doing things for yourself, you may try to get that out of someone else. And then oftentimes you might be dragging them down. Or if you rely on them for maybe having fun or happiness, they may be dragging you down. And so you want friends that maybe when you're when you're trying to study and you're scrolling on your phone, you want a friend that's gonna look at you and say, "Hey, you gotta turn that phone off. We gotta focus." And if you know me, you know I'll tell that to you. And sometimes I'll catch myself slipping, and I'll be on my phone while I'm supposed to be studying. And then a good thing is that the friends that I have that I do that for, they do that for me as well. And so we all push each other to get get to higher points. And oftentimes you might find yourself with friends that are like, bro, what's wrong with you? Like you're lame as fuck. Like just go out one night. And they'll oftentimes try to pressure you into having fun because it's convenient for them. And I think it's very important to acknowledge what's happening there and acknowledge that that is a form of peer pressure and that you can't necessarily let that happen, right? I have friends here. When I got to college, I'd never touched alcohol. I'd never touched weed. I'd never touched any of these things. And I had friends here that had been doing that for years. And they would ask me if I wanted to do the same. And I would just say, no, I'm good. And that was it. And I didn't realize the importance of that until I started meeting other people and they were like, bro, like come on, like it's fine. You got no work right now, like you can just do the work tomorrow. And I'd still say no, but when those people did that, I would just think like, wow, the other friends that just ask and then when I say no, they just accept my personal life and they accept who I am without those substances. Just made me realize how good of friends I had. And so over time, I built a relationship with those friends. And in moments where I was in the hospital or when I'm swamped with work, they do things for me that I cannot do for myself in the time. And I think when you're with friends that only want to hang out with you for them, when they're pressuring you to do substances or pressuring you into staying away from your goals and ambitions, uh, in a situation where you're struggling, they may still want that energy out of you. So they may still want you to just fool around with them while you're struggling. And I think in noticing that early on, you can kind of gauge where to exactly feed your energy and where your energy is sometimes not unwelcome, but sometimes wasted. Um, and I'm not saying to only hang out with a really small circle, but just to be aware of what influences you and go in places where you are well influenced. And if you're not, be secure enough in yourself that you won't let that get to your head. This is actually a great topic. I struggled with this a lot for several years. And if you stuck with me as a friend, thank you so much. I'm really excited to continue to be friends with you guys. And I hope you guys like this topic as much as I did. This is what, like my sixth video or seventh video or something. Um, I want to be posting every day. It's getting kind of tough, so no guarantees, but I'm gonna keep working at this and hope you guys liked the format of this video. Thank you.